I just want to let you guys know that I now have a second channel, which is called Lynn's Plays. The link to this will be in the description down below. Please go and subscribe if you just want to enjoy any content that isn't motocross related. It's going to consist of kind of Let's Plays, just funny moments with friends, anything that's not motocross related and wouldn't fit on this main channel. And without further ado, on to the video. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. We are back on some MX bikes, and we are on, is it Silver Valley MX Park? And this is a track made by Dismal Bree. It's been out for about a week or so now, and it is a replica of an actual track in Lexington, and it's a second track, I believe. So I'm interested to see how it goes. Usually people on their second tracks, they've kind of got things kind of dialed and worked out, and they tend to be much better than the original. I can't say I remember what his first one was, so I'll have to go do some digging and see if I can find that at some point. But very excited for this. These are kind of raw first laps and first impressions of it. I've not done any laps on it as of just yet, so we will see kind of how things go. I'm on the CR250. Oh my god, that's a booter, Jesus Christ. I'm on the 1997 CR250 two-stroke today, just because I had a look at some of the pictures and oh my lord, this is death surely. Oh god, it's pro suspension right there, even though I'm running completely stock. This is a track that just looked like it needed a two-stroke from the pictures. He's done a very good job of advertising it, I must say. Scrolling through the posts on MXB Mods, it looks good, and so I just had to go and download it. And I've been lacking a little bit in terms of the MX bikes tracks and such. I know there's a few things that have come out as of late that look fairly interesting that I need to cover. But I'm a busy man, you know. I feel like I'm very stretched at the moment, just kind of being pulled here, there, and everywhere. I mean, I'm literally, as soon as I finish recording this, I'm going to be going and recording another episode of my Resident Evil playthrough for the second channel. Thank you everyone, by the way, that has supported that channel and gone and subbed and gone and watched that and left a like and such. I really appreciate it, by the way. A little bit nervous about starting a second channel. It's definitely not going to be consistent daily as much as this channel is, but it's just nice, you know, every now and then to play something a little bit different. So again, thank you very much. And regardless, it won't affect the uploads on this channel. I want to kind of keep this as my main as much as possible, and yeah, the other one's just for when I want to just do something a little bit different, you know, so I don't get too burnt out on just motocross bikes all the time. But yeah, thank you very much for that. So as soon as I'm done doing this, I've got to go and do that Resident Evil episode. I'm then going to be practicing some sim, because tomorrow for me is Tuesday the 7th, there's going to be the RFGP on sim starts as well, which is at Matley Basin, so home race. Hopefully I can do pretty well there. I really like the 2021 Matley track that they've got, so I'm hoping it won't be too much of a difference. I know usually they kind of take that track as a base and just do some slight tweaks, but for the most part the height map and all that seems to stay the same, and hopefully I can actually score some bloody points this time. I'm not going to do NA. I don't see any point in doing NA as well as EU, plus it's just going to cost me like another $25 just to sign up for another series, and I'm not made of money at the end of the day. I do want to move out of this house at some point in my life, so I can't be spending money left, right and centre, which I feel like I have been recently. I've just been throwing money all over the place, which I shouldn't be. I need to be a little bit more responsible. Other things that are off topic, I found out today that I've been at my current job for 5 years as of yesterday, which is a fairly interesting feat. I know at my place, when you've been at the same place for 10 years, you kind of get invited to, it's like a company dinner, and you get to invite a couple of people, and it's all paid for by them, which is nice. But we're only halfway there. We're living on a prayer. We're not there quite yet. But who knows what the future holds. I don't know if I'll be there in another 5. I may well be. I may find something else that interests me. Also depends if YouTube goes well. Who knows? This could be my full-time job in 5 years' time. You never know. I'm just gonna keep trying and see where I end up, really. Other news as well. Whilst I'm on a little bit of a rant on off-topic things, I got my new mouse today. So I put a community post out on Sunday, I think it was, asking if anyone has any mouse suggestions, because my one has finally died. I had I don't know the exact model. It was a Steel Series, and if anyone plays CS, it was like it had this CS like fade kind of paint job on it, and I know it was advertised through CS at one point, and that's where I got it from. So I'm not sure the model, but it was a Steel Series mouse regardless. It lasted me many years, which I'm quite surprised by. I mean, I'm not that harsh when it comes to my equipment, you know, like I don't throw controllers or slam keyboards and desks and such. I'm quite calm. Like most of my rage does come out vocally. I don't take it out on anything else, so that's probably why my controllers have lasted this long as well, to be fair. I'm still on the same PlayStation controller that I started using when I first started playing MX bikes almost 2 years ago now, which is quite. Oh, has it been 2 years? It's been one. No, no, no. Yeah, it's not been 2 years just yet. We're coming up on it, I believe. I think, unless my time perception has completely gone out the window. But yeah, so the mouse that I end up going for, which a couple of people suggested actually, is it's a glorious Model O, and it's nice. I got it in white. I've still gone for wired. Only reason being like price point. So I don't know if I was just being an idiot or what, but I got it off Amazon, and I think it was about £40 for wired. And then wireless was literally triple the price, like 120-ish, around that mark. And I looked at multiple different kind of sellers, and it all seemed to be consistent with each other. So yeah, I went for wired again. It doesn't bother me, you know. I'm not against wires by any means. My controller's wired as well. There's something about it where I know it makes literally no noticeable difference. But I feel like if something's wired, it's more instant, you know, in terms of kind of input delay and things like that. And I know with modern technology it really makes no difference at all, but yeah, I don't mind wired at all. It doesn't bother me. I sent a picture of it to my girlfriend because she's a bit of a nerd. She likes her RGB lights and stuff, and she absolutely hates it. Reason being is she's got like very slight trypophobia, which, if those of you don't know, that's like kind of you don't like the look of kind of clusters of holes together, and this mouse is basically like all holes. It's like a mesh design, so it's essentially kind of just like a wire frame. I think it just makes it lighter, just makes it easier to move out, helps it breathe a little bit more in case you're someone with particularly sweaty hands, I guess, as well. And yeah, she's not a fan of it, but I like it. It's really, really nice. It was a bit of a bold choice going for a white mouse because I'm sure it'll probably be grey in a couple of weeks' time. I mean, I try and wash my hands as much as I can, but you know how the gamer sweat gets. It's not great. I also had a PlayStation controller years ago that had white analog sticks. That was not a good decision. I was just imagine. Oh god, no! It turned grey very, very quickly, which is kind of gross as well when you think about it. But no, well, never again. I think this one's okay because it's like it's, you know, I mean, they're not ceramic, but you know the material that they're made out of, they wipe clean, so it's not like it's gonna get stained by any means. But yeah, thank you everyone that left suggestions on there. I did look at a few different people's suggestions, and it's quite interesting when it comes to mice because I know they're quite a personal thing. One thing that works really well for someone might not work well at all for someone else. Oh, well, there we go. Was that? I don't think I've crashed in a while. I've just kind of been minding my own business. Yeah, it's nice. I plugged it in, loaded up CS, kind of done a little bit of aim training on that just to see how I feel with the DPI and things. And no, it's pretty much bang on. So hopefully now I won't get screwed over and I can actually do normal things and use a scroll wheel as a scroll wheel should be used without it trying to go up and down pages left, right, and centre. So yeah, thank you very much. Going back to this track, Dismal Breed. I am very sorry that I've literally been going on for like 5+ minutes about the most random shit possible. The track, I think, has actually got a really, really nice flow. Now, the only thing that I've seen that's changed is, so it is a replica for the most part. However, he says he's added berms to the track because the real life track is like kind of flat in the corners, which is something I am all for. I really, really detest flat corners in this game. I don't know what it is. There's something about just being able to drag your handlebars going fifth-tapped everywhere that I'm not a fan of. So very, very happy that he's taken that kind of creative decision to just make it fit into the game a little bit better. And I always say there's this fine line when you're making replica tracks on this game of being like a hard, true replica, which necessarily doesn't ride too well on bikes, and then just changing up a tiny bit in terms of kind of jump sizes and ruts and stuff, and just really translates better into the game. And it does seem really, really good. Some of the jumps I am over jumping by quite a lot, but I don't think that's his fault by any means. It seems like the track is fairly wide open. I've not seen a GoPro of it or anything like that. I've not done much research on this side of things, but I imagine that is probably pretty damn quick IRL, as well as a lot of American tracks do seem to be. Which I was having this discussion. Please let me know your thoughts if you keep up with the GPs much at all. So Kai Rowley, obviously, he's moved over to do some of the AMA rounds, and he's not been doing quite as well as I think he would like, or I think people expected him to do. Now, my opinion on it was, so both Fox Raceway and Hangtown, they're pretty quick tracks, aren't they, in all honesty? And I was watching and seeing just how fast or how much corner speed they were carrying, and I was thinking maybe he's just not used to actually going this fast on a bike, which might be a weird thing to say for a pro. But hear me out, a lot of the tracks, I'm stuck, aren't I? Okay, I'm going to have to hard reset. A lot of the tracks in Europe they're a lot more kind of tight and twisty and a little bit more technical, and you're not going as fast from point A to point B as you would be on a lot of the American tracks. And I feel like it might be something that he just needs to get his head around, because I was expecting him to come out and be getting top fives. I won't lie, I thought he'd be kind of roughly where Dungy is, to be honest. I mean, Dungy's been absolutely killing it, and I thought he'd be in a very similar place to that, but maybe it's going to just take him a little bit longer to get his feet wet. I'd like to think that he's going to do as many rounds as possible. I mean, he's still getting top 10s and stuff, which is still respectable, don't get me wrong, it's still really, really good. But yeah, like Steve Mathis tweeted out after round 1, does this mean Alex Martin can go and be 9-time European champ, as Alex Martin was right there with him, which is quite funny, but I don't tend to get involved in that sort of thing that's on Twitter. You know, Stevie's a bit of a troll, isn't he? But no, it was quite funny to have a look at. But yeah, I'm hoping that he starts picking things up a little bit more and can kind of stick with the pace a little bit more. And he got the whole shot in Moto2 at Hangtown, which was good. I think it was nice for him just to be out front for 2 corners, as short as it was. Like, Kenny is an absolute animal in lap 1, as we know. God knows how he goes so much faster than everyone else. I think he just goes balls to the wall and just is like, yeah, there might be a right here, I don't care, I'm hitting it taps. I don't know what it looks like, but screw it, we're going for it. And I've been really, really enjoying the racing as well. Like, I think both motos of like the first 2 rounds have been really, really enjoyable to watch in both classes as well. And it's good to see Jet putting in a bit of a shift whilst he's under the weather, and I think if that's one of his bad days, then we are in for one hell of a season. I love watching those 2 brothers kind of go at it and battle against each other. It's just so much fun, and I know that if that was me versus my brother out there, I'd be sending him to the cleaners if he was in front of me on the last lap. There'll be no love lost there whatsoever. There might be some quiet dinners around the family table, but no, he's going off to the stands if that's for like a race win. I don't imagine they'll do anything quite to that extent. They seem to give each other quite a lot of room and quite a lot of respect on the track. But you know, if it comes down to it and there's an overall on the table, they're going to go for it. And I don't think, has there ever been 2 brothers that are this competitive in the sport before? I mean, obviously my knowledge isn't as great as other people's, but I mean, I can't recall anything anywhere near as close as this, and can't imagine what happens when they get onto the 450s as well. But yeah, very, very, very interesting times, and I just get really, really excited when Saturday comes around. I'm like, oh god, yes, I get to sit down and watch some actually like good motos as well. Yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. One thing that I'm a little bit gutted about is I completely forgot to do my pulp fantasy stuff for round 1, so now there's just no point doing it anymore, and it's a bit sad because I find outdoors it's a lot more predictable in terms of where people are going to finish. You don't really get as many freak accidents like you do with Supercross, so I tend to always do quite well on points. No, last year I got a couple of top 10s overall, I think, and I'm pretty sure by the end of the season I was in like a prize spot. I think it's like top 50 or whatever it is, but I didn't pay for it at the start of the year, so yeah, I ended up not being able to get anything at all. And I think I'm going to quickly just talk about track a little bit more before we sign off. Oddly enough, whilst it's not the busiest of environments, I quite like it. It's quite simple. It does give off that local track kind of feel. The landscape is actually really, really big. I mean, if you've ridden this track IRL, you have to let me know if it is as impressive as it looks. So, I mean, me sitting here looking off in the distance, like, that is nuts. Like, that's bigger than most of the tracks I've ever ridden in my lifetime. Maybe other than, I wouldn't say like Canada Heights maybe is the only one I could consider being a little bit bigger. But yeah, really, really good stuff for a second track as well. Really good. And from all the comments I read on the post, people seem to be loving it. So yeah, very, very well done for a second track. Keep them coming. I always love seeing new track creators coming out of the woodwork and just providing us with some really good quality content and making my life a lot easier as well when it comes to producing content back to you guys. So thank you, Dismalbury. The track link will be down in the description, and I will also link my second channel in case you do want to go and see it again. I just upload anything that's not motocross related is all. I didn't want to flood this channel with a bunch of different types of content, so I'd appreciate if you go and show some love over there. That will do it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, wherever it is you're up to. If you could drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, that'd be really, really appreciated. It helps me out more than you can ever imagine. And that'll do it from me. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain. Even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want. I got